a secret buried in Washington's vaults for decades. A former CIA officer steps forward, revealing how the United States looked away as Pakistan built the bomb. He says American officials lied to Congress, sabotaged their own investigations, and protected Islamabad, all in the name of Cold War politics. And in a stunning revelation, he claims India once planned to strike Pakistan's nuclear plant, a move that could have solved everything. In a startling revelation, former CIA officer and non-proliferation expert Richard Barlow has accused senior US officials of deliberately misleading Congress about Pakistan's clandestine nuclear weapons program during the 1980s. Speaking in a detailed interview with ANI, Barlow, who served with the CIA, the Arms Control and Disarmament Agency, and the US Department of Defense, claimed that Washington ignored extensive intelligence showing Islamabad's atomic ambitions, prioritizing Cold War strategy over non-proliferation. Barlow stated that despite overwhelming evidence of Pakistan's efforts to build nuclear weapons through networks led by A.Q. Khan, the Reagan administration chose to look the other way. He said US intelligence agencies had detailed information about Pakistan's procurement operations, yet no meaningful action was taken.
We had huge quantities of intelligence about Khan's networks and the Pakistan Atomic Energy Commission, but nobody in our government was taking action. The Directorate of Operations was too focused on fighting the Soviets through the Mujahideen. They weren't interested in stopping Pakistan's nuclear program.
According to Barlow, the US government's Afghan strategy under President Ronald Reagan eclipsed all other concerns. He cited a 1980 memo from former National Security Advisor Zbigniew Brzezinski, which stated,
"We cannot let our proliferation policy dictate our foreign policy."
Barlow remarked,
"Brzezinski started this mess. There was no intelligence failure. This was a deliberate policy choice. The Cold Warriors running Washington were blind to the long-term dangers of nuclear-armed Islamists."
Barlow detailed a 1987 undercover operation targeting Pakistani agent Arshad Pervez, who attempted to procure 25 tons of miraging steel, a critical component for uranium enrichment, from a US supplier. The sting operation, jointly run by the CIA and US Customs, revealed direct links to retired Brigadier General Inam-ul-Haq, a procurement agent for A.Q. Khan's laboratories and the Pakistan Atomic Energy Commission. However, the operation was compromised when senior US State Department officials allegedly tipped off Pakistan. The subsequent arrest of Arshad Pervez sparked outrage in Congress. Lawmakers such as Stephen Solars and Senator Larry Pressler demanded sanctions under the Solars and Pressler amendments, which barred US aid to nations pursuing nuclear weapons illegally. Yet, despite clear violations, the White House continued to provide assistance to Pakistan, exploiting legal loopholes to maintain its anti-Soviet alliance.
By 1986 or 1987, most of us believed Pakistan had assembled all the components of a nuclear weapon. But the administration's lawyers kept finding ways around the truth.
He added that although his counter-proliferation work had approval from the highest levels, including the CIA director and the Secretary of Defense, political leaders ensured Pakistan faced no consequences. Barlow later testified before Congress alongside National Intelligence Officer David Einsel, whom he accused of downplaying Pakistan's nuclear activities to protect US funding for the Afghan Mujahideen. There were grave concerns that Einsel was not being truthful with Congress, Barlow said. During the interview, Barlow also confirmed reports of a proposed joint India-Israel plan to bomb Pakistan's Kahuta nuclear facility in the early 1980s, a strike that he said could have solved a lot of problems.
"I heard about the plan after it was dropped. It's a shame Indira Gandhi didn't approve it. It could have prevented much of what followed."
He added that any such attack would have faced fierce opposition from the Reagan administration, which viewed Pakistan as indispensable to its Afghan war strategy. According to him, Pakistan used this dependency as leverage, with officials like Munir Ahmad Khan warning that any disruption of US aid would end Islamabad's cooperation against the Soviets. Ultimately, Pakistan's Kahuta enrichment plant, built under A.Q. Khan's direction, became the heart of its successful nuclear weapons program, culminating in its 1998 atomic tests.